Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm gamesplaining Trajan. Now, Trajan is a slightly older game than the games I've been doing. It was produced or released around, I believe it was 2011, 2013, somewhere in that ballpark, which, you know what, if you're speaking in other language other than games, it's probably not that old, but in game language, it's old. But it's by one of my favourite designers, Stefan Feld. It plays with 2 to 4 players, and the box says it plays in half an hour. I question that. I think it's a little bit of a longer game than half an hour, but it sits in that kind of ballpark. This is classic Stefan Feld type gaming. The use of rondels is classic Feld, and it works quite nicely. I personally find that I really like this game, but I hesitate to bring it up. The reason I hesitate to bring it up is because there feels like a lot going on with the explanation. If I was able to put this on the table and just play it with people who know the game already and not have to explain it, I would be pulling it out a heck of a lot more than I already do. It hasn't been played recently. It's been played over and over. It has had quite a few plays, don't misunderstand me, but not recently. And simply because of that whole, I have to explain this thing to be able to play it. Because what you're playing with is there's a rondel where however many you move around another rondel, it moves that tile forward, and when that one gets to the end of where it started, then we move to the next stage. So you've got to do a whole bunch of stuff during that space, and the distance is going to move depends on how much people are using from their own thing. So if I've got a action that hasn't been used a heck of a lot, so this is in my own personal small rondel, I'm going to pick all of them up and place one in each thing. I might go around my board almost 2 times or a time and a half, because I haven't done that action a lot. Now, I will do the action I land on. I then move around another rondel or move a counter around another rondel, the number of spaces that I've moved around my rondel, and that pushes it really far forward, really quickly, if I get to that movement. However, I probably haven't done that for action or a lot, or I have done that action a lot, meaning there's a heck of a lot of tokens in there because I wanted to do that action. And so there's just this brain strain thing going on with, oh, if I do that, how many can I... And you're kind of moving around this rondel to work out exactly which action you're able to do on the main board. And on the main board, there's like 6 actions, and each of those actions has their own intricate way of playing, and 2 of them you have to put things up into these spaces before they can move into those spaces. And it's I don't know, it just feels chaotic. It makes sense. It makes absolute sense to play, and I really enjoy playing it. But it feels chaotic with the explanation of it and where to get the points from it. It's just It's felled so over and over and over. This is one of those games that comes up as many players in that top 10 list. Trajan is one of those games. You hear about it every now and then. You go, Trajan, oh yeah, I really like that game. And I really like it too. So look, I'm doing this video because it's been requested by one of my viewers. So thank you for the request. Please, everyone, keep putting those requests in so I know which ones to go to. I'm working through my pile, and that's really cool, and we're going to get a few of the older games simply because they're on my shelf and I haven't done a Gamesplaned for them yet. That's fine, deal with it. If you don't want to watch them, that's fine too. You can move on to the new stuff, but that's where we're at the moment. So Trajan, it's a good game. It does feel a little bit old in its artwork. If you look at it on the table, if you look at the box even, it feels a little bit old, a little bit dated. As I say, the dates on the back are like 2011, 2013, in that ballpark. The art has shifted dramatically in the last 5-7 years of gaming. So we've gone from what we currently see, or what the older games look like, of this kind of, it's a board, it's very clear, we can see what's happening, into now, which is about the art and then making sure that we can see the clearness of the game. So I don't know if they'll do an upgrade of Trajan or an update of the thought process of it, but it's a good game by itself. So don't worry about the art, don't worry about what it looks like, worry about the play, and it plays fine, though it is a little tricky to explain and get to the table. I've only played this as a 2-player experience. I haven't actually played this with the full 4 players, and so I don't know what it feels like with the 4 players. With the 2-player experience, it you know, we're chasing each other, we're blocking each other of various things, we're trying to get various boats or whatever happens to be on rondel. And look, and that's really fun, and it's almost a relaxing game with 2 players. I feel like with a 4-player game, it would be a bit more of a hectic experience because we'd be getting in each other's way a lot more. There is not really much change with the 2-player experience over the 3 or 4-player experience. So it's just how busy the board is, I guess, when you're playing your pieces out, because you're going to have to, there's a couple of areas where you've got to really watch out for where the other players are. There's a couple of areas where you're taking tokens, and so if there's many players, they'll be taking the tokens quicker. So I'm assuming the gameplay would have to change slightly. I have done the videos in a 2-player experience, so you can kind of get a feel for the game and how the game plays, just knowing it gets a little tight, or I assume it gets a little tight when we get to that 4-player experience. Okay, I'll leave it there. If you've got any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you'd like to be gamesplained, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at thegamesplainer to see what games I'll be playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.